Welcome back, everyone, to another interview with Caleb Daniels. He is being gracious enough after coming off a summer league victory and wearing his championship T-shirt, wearing it proudly to show it off here. He's taking some time to talk to us so we get to know a little bit more about him. So, Caleb, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm ecstatic. You can probably see the smile on my face. It's huge. I am probably happier than some of the players that y'all won. I am so happy that y'all got the recognition when everyone was watching and how y'all did it. So I want to talk first. That Sacramento Summer League, the California Classic, y'all went 2-1, but it wasn't too smooth, to be honest. Y'all got absolutely killed by the Warriors, to be honest with you. And then
For
some
sure.
closer games. Then y'all go to Las Vegas Summer League and, hit the ground running. Didn't even lose a single game. We're just dominant. We're great. What do you think in such a short time this team was able to do to turn around like that?
I think the most important thing was just us staying connected through it all. We knew after we lost to Golden State what we needed to work on, what we needed to get better at, and how connected we were, and how much more together we needed to be. I think that was pretty much the main point of emphasis coming out, and going into the last two games in San Francisco, it was just like we're going to mess up, we're going to have mistakes, but how can we stay connected? How can we continue to stay together? And rise above everything that's made going on, like people not getting playing time, guys not getting the minutes they deserve, or you're not even seeing the floor of rotations, different things like that. How can we stay together and stay as a team? And that pretty much our momentum that we carried out throughout the last two games carried into Vegas. So I think that was huge for us, honestly. Our resilience, we found ourselves down a lot in games, but I think our resilience to be able to stay together and really come together to find that fire and find those plays that give us energy to win games is what pretty much helped us win Vegas. And yeah, man, we became brothers out there with under 3 weeks. So I'm just grateful.
Yeah, that was one thing while we were doing our live streams and watching the game, we kept talking about, and I kept saying I loved it. It seemed like there was a lot of great teammates on the team. Everyone was supporting each other. Some guys not even getting playing time, but as soon as a big play happens, they're first one off the bench or a timeout, y'all running out. It seemed like a team, and you don't always see that, especially in summer league, because, like I said, you're only together for a short period of time. But
Right.
y'all seemed real connected, and I think that did help. Y'all did battle some adversity, specifically in the championship game. It was a crazy cat and mouse game. They kept getting a lead, and y'all kept clawing back. It was just one after the other. And we talked about it before. I let you know that I was reading an article, and they didn't think y'all had enough talent. They didn't think y'all could do it. So y'all had that underdog mentality too of y'all are just going to fight and we're going to earn everything that was given. And y'all had to do that several times in the game. What do you think specifically about this team that y'all were able to claw back so many times and end up winning it?
Um, I think for us, we knew, like I told you before, I think we knew what we had in that locker room, and we pretty much. I don't know if you can ever simulate a time where you can trust each other in a locker room when you've only been together for about 2.5 weeks. Because normally, I've been a part of teams, and only 2.5 weeks into a season, you can still sense kind of like a bit of selfishness or guys not really knowing each other like that. But I think with this team, it was just like we know what we got versus what they got. They got an NBA team pretty much. Most of their guys played 3,400 minutes together. That was an actual stat before the game we played. And guys that were drafted by them, guys that were drafted this year by them. So it was just like we got to overlook that and come together and to know what we do and to know what we got in the locker room. And I think that was something that stood out to me, stood out to coach, stood out to each one of us during the whole, summer league time that we had together. And I think that's what kind of had us inspired. We inspired each other out there on the floor. If there was something that Josh did, something that Man did, something that Cole, I did, something that Khalil did, Kashai. Like there were so many guys bringing a spark to the game and leaving their imprint on the game. It was almost like everybody had their moment, and we all let each other know, like, yo, you doing a good job. Yo, keep doing what you're doing. It's helping us in this game. It's keeping us in this game. It's keeping us afloat. We're winning this game because of you. I think we were all vocally involved. We were all encouraging each other, giving each other confidence. Even when we miss a shot or we all go on droughts, it will always be somebody in someone's ear being vocally confident and encouraging. So, man, like honestly, I'm not trying to boast or brag about my team, but shout out to my team, man. Everybody that was a part of it, the staff, coaches, the trainers, our fans, everybody. I felt like everybody left a great imprint on our summer league victory and our summer league run.
Yeah, to your point, there was different games where different people stood out. Alondas, I thought he really kind of morphed his game to where at the end he was playing exactly how the team needed, and he scored when they needed him to, but he became more of a facilitator, and he was most improved player in the G League last year. That just kind of shows your point of everyone taking a sacrifice. And
For
so
sure.
that is one thing I talk about you all the time in other conversations, or would talk directly whenever you're on our podcast. You sacrifice everything for the team. And you've earned roles quickly. And even in this summer league, from the start to the end, your role was very different. You had a much bigger role at the end. What do you think about your game specifically allows you, one, not only to earn opportunities, but it seems like you always take advantage of them to then earn that coach's trust?
Well, I think that's a really good question. I think the first thing is for myself, in order to fit in with a team, I try not to box myself into one role. I think trying to box myself into one role makes it tough, because if I were to say that I came into my first year saying I'm a point guard, I'm a two guard, I don't want to play off the ball, I may not even play, because you got guys on my team like last year in the G League, Bouye, Man, Justin, countless other, Josh came into later the season, countless other names that were involved, like people that just came in and they're really good at their job. So it was just like, for me, how can I like do what the coach needs me to do without thinking selfishly, thinking like, oh, I'm not getting this amount of shots, I'm not getting these amount of looks, I'm not in my position. I think mainly it's about impact and winning. Every game, I approach it that way. How do I impact winning? How do I have an open mind about not getting the ball, not getting timely looks? But how can I do things to make it easier for other guys to play with me? Like, how can I offensive rebound every time they shoot the ball? How can I find them in their spots? And I feel like once you do things like that and you start thinking a game like that, you don't think about it, but that's how it comes back to you. Because teams start to scout. Teams start to realize who their best players are on the other team. And it's like, we're going to make this guy shoot. We're going to make this guy make the plays. And consciously, if you know basketball, you know those opportunities are going to come back around in that same way. So I just try to play basketball the right way and just try to think outside of my situation and think past the selfishness, because I think selfishness is only a temporary way of thinking. And I think thinking of the team is more of an enduring type of thing, like more of a long haul type of a way of thinking. So I just try to put my mind on the team and what the team needs.
Yeah, perfect. And this kind of goes into one of my other questions of, you don't put yourself in a box. And you don't come in like, I'm a point guard or I'm a two guard. There were times where you were like the second biggest or most physical player on the court for the Heat. And I mean, I pointed it out every time I saw it, because we were like, this is a really small lineup. When we're used to the Heat playing small ball, but you're like an extreme small ball four, if you want to give it a position. What about your game do you think allows you to be able to take that challenge of, maybe sometimes a 6-inch height disadvantage, but you're still the one coming down with the rebound?
I think defensively, it's pretty much like you said, my physicality. How I'm able to switch 1 through 5. So normally when I was out there with our small ball lineup, and let's just say I'm the 5, we normally like to switch 1 through 5. Oh wait, I don't want to give away any game plan, but I think it's clear as day that you can see that we're switching 1 through 5.
Yeah.
But I think Dan did a great job of trusting me out there, and it kind of shocked me that he threw me out there and put me at the 5 at times, at the 4, because I'm like, okay, he hasn't really coached us that much yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I think him listening to his supporting cast and his staff, I think he just went ahead and threw me out there a couple times. And I think my physicality pretty much helps me play 1 through 5, my ability to guard 1 through 5. It makes it easier, I want to say, to play me and to trust me. And also offensively, I think that I'm able to spread the floor because I can shoot the ball. So if you leave me open, I'll knock it down. Or 9 times out of 10, I'm the guy that's off the ball, so the best player is going to be guarding me. So I can make plays and make him guard me by putting pressure on him, attacking the rim, putting him into action, setting screens so I can get the switch, so I can get the best defender on me and our worst defender on man or Josh or whoever has the ball. And I think just being able to think, like I said, outside of yourself, like, how can I get some triggers? How can I, create a splash trigger for someone else? Or how can I just be unselfish and think the game beyond just me taking shots? So, yeah, I think that's pretty much why I was able to play the 5 and play, the 4 at times too.
Yeah, I love in your game that I've watched you so much now that I know I'm like, he's about to hit that guy in the chest when he has the ball and he's going to get that foul call. Your physicality is off the charts for a guard, and that's really useful, and it goes to everything you've been saying. It allows you to do multiple things. It allows you to play out of position. And allows you to be a perfect complementary piece too, because you can shoot, but then you're not afraid to drive. You're not one-dimensional. And that I think that's also why you gain trust and you gain respect and you gain playing time, because once again, you're not putting yourself in that box and you're willing to do the dirty work and you don't make mistakes. We talked about this last time on the podcast, but one thing I noticed is you don't make many mistakes. You always make the right basketball play. So then they can always trust that you're not going to, for lack of a better term, screw over the team in 2 minutes to have couple turnovers or do something that's uncharacteristic. You stay very composed, and they tell you to go out there and play that 5 or 4, and you said you were shocked, but it looks like you were confident out there and knew exactly what you were supposed to be doing. Many times coming down with key rebounds and then key defensive plays too. And I have to ask, so after that one game, and the team is escaping me, but you had a nice dunk attempt there. What was going through your head after that miss?
Bro, I look back. I saw the film right after that game, actually. And I think in real time, I wanted to take the rim home with me. But I was scared. It was Dalton Connect on that transition break with me, because I just got this. Josh just got the steal. I'm not going to take away his credit, but Josh just got the steal. He passed it to me. I'm thinking this is an easy dunk, connect. He's not going to try to block it or like try to even get in my way, because it'll be an and one. I go up and he undercuts me a little bit. And I'm scared to fall like in a weird way. So I just end up falling to the ground. I get up. I look at the ref. I said, bro, what are you looking at? I know it's a close game, but come on. It's purposely that he undercut me. Like, can you please make the call? But me taking accountability, I gotta make that. I gotta lay it up or just finish the dunk, honestly, instead of looking for the call. So that's totally on me. But my intention was to take the goal home with me and really finish the game. So we ended up still winning the game, and I came back from it.
You did. I was gonna mention it.
Yeah, by knocking 2 huge free throws down. So nah, man. But shout out to my team for just, coming out, and we were losing the whole game, honestly, too. So winning that and having a couple possessions turn around for us was huge.
Yeah, no, that was really where you made your stamp. And I think a lot of people started taking notice of, hey, this guy can actually play and play in big moments. Even though there was that missed dunk, may or may not have been a foul, but you came back and hit those free throws. So that showed like the mentality as well. But that was just a fun moment. I have to have some fun with you and mention it for you.
For sure.
But So what do you think, and we're talking about all of this, all the things you do, what skills do you think would help translate the most to an NBA team?
I think defensively, being able to switch 1 through 4, at least 1 through 4, being able to pressure the ball, make it harder on those tough guards out there because everybody knows how tough the NBA is with guard play. I think that's one of the big things. Switching onto a 4-man and being able to, hold my own. Pretty much, I'm a big physical guard, so I think being able to guard a 4-man is within my realm. Offensively, being able to space the floor mainly, and play off of other guys like if Miami Heat playing off Jimmy, playing off Bam, when they kick it out to me, or I can just make an easy read, easy play. Catching goals have been really good for me on offense. Not really taking too long to make decisions, but also just knowing what I have, knowing the guys around me as well, like utilizing our team's weapons to my advantage. So I think those are things that I think can translate to the next level into the NBA.
So then what is like a team getting in Caleb Daniels? What do you think as a person now they're getting and as a teammate?
I think I know they're getting a person that's has strong faith in God. I'm very spiritual. I think He is the way. He's been leading me every step of the way in every part of my career, my journey, my life. And they definitely getting a spiritual guy, a very confident guy, uplifting guy, hardworking guy to say the least too. I'm very humble, but I'm also hungry in every part of my life. So I think they'll be getting a guy that'll not only uplift the team, but pour into the team as well. So yeah, I think that's the type of guy they're getting out of Caleb Daniels.
Yeah, and then everyone that makes it to this point in their career, obviously a large part of it is on them, right? They put in the work, you put in the work. You have the talent, you have the ability. Is there anyone in your supporting cast that you would like to kind of shout out? I mean, the G League is hard to play in. It's not glamorous at
For
times,
sure.
right? Is there anyone that you want to shout out that lets you go from that to now Summer League champion and beyond?
I think the first person I would say is God. Honestly, God, he's led me. He's given me reassurance time in, time after, and he's also just led me like along my whole entire journey. He's given me grace, times where I might have turned my love away from him, but he's still freely given me his love. He's blessed me with this ability to do what I love, and I also just have a everyday opportunity to do it. So I'm forever grateful. I think also a couple of other people. The first person will be my wife. My wife, she supports me. She loves me. She's been with me every step of the way, especially in Sioux Falls, um, throughout my college journey, dating all the way back to Tulane to now. She's been extremely supportive, and there's been times where I've had my downs where I'm just like, man, I don't know if it's gonna happen, as every athlete does, and she's always been on my side, like, yo, it's a process. Take your time. You can't rush it, because if you rush it, you may not even be ready for the next moment. So take advantage of what's here now, and just make sure that you're building habits and make sure that you're doing what you need to do to keep developing and keep getting better. It's a process, so trust it. I would like to thank my family too for just their constant love and support. They're far away back at home, but they always make sure to reach out to me and just keep me, uplifted. And they the ones that set that foundation for me. So I'm forever grateful to them and forever grateful for whoever else is in my corner as well. I'd like to thank my Nova family. They've pretty much been with me. They've contacted me throughout this entire process too. They know it isn't easy, but um, they've pretty much showed their endless love and support too. And to everyone else that goes unnoticed or that goes unmentioned, shout out to y'all that's been with me throughout this whole entire process.
Perfect. And then what are your like last thoughts as we wrap up here? Just about the summer league experience, your teammates there and y'all winning the championship. What was kind of going through your head during the whole time or now looking back at it?
Um, That's a great question. I think that you're talking about within the team aspect or just like individually.
Both. Either one, whichever one stood out a little bit more to you.
I think individually, I was just thinking like whatever happens, honestly pour into the team. Like me pouring into the team is better than me looking for selfish ways or selfish actions that I can get into. And that takes away from the team. I don't want to do that. I want to pour into the team with the minutes that I have and with the opportunities that I have. Pour into the team, take advantage of opportunities, and just how can I be easy to play with? Like I said, how can I get to know each guy on the team individually rather than just getting out there on the court and like, hey, let's hoop. But how can I really get to know them so that we can build a continuity in 2.5 weeks? I think as a team, how can we all trust in what each other is doing? How can we trust in this team concept that we're preaching every day? How can we put it to action rather than just saying it and doing something completely different? I look at that 50-point loss or 30-point loss. I can't remember. It was such a big margin. I look at that loss as a blessing because we were, I feel like, the only team that experienced something like that got to the playoffs in Vegas. Every other team was undefeated, I believe, in the whole like summer league in general. So like really experiencing that, we know how to avoid it. We know how that feels. We know how to get better from it. I think I use a saying a lot. Rock bottom lows teach us things that mountaintops never will. And I felt like at that time we was at the rock bottom and we were hungry as hell. So we were able to just come back from it, trusting each other, trusting our coaches, and we made it happen. So I think those are the things I want to say. But also, I want to say specifically shout out to the Skyforce staff. Shout out to Miami staff. Cassill, Nate, Theron, Dan, Remy, Mario, Mikey, Jared, Becca, Jordan, Maggie. Bro, there's so many people that literally left their imprint on our summer league team as a staff that it's unreal. And I just want to give them all the thanks, the love, and the support. And I'm excited for what is to go on in the future.
Yeah, do you have any specific play that you will remember other than the game winner? Everyone's always going to remember the game winner, right? Is there any other one throughout the whole summer league, the championship game, or even the California Classic that really you'll just remember for the rest of your life?
Man, off the back, I remember Celtics game, and you know what I'm about to say. Boy, but I got to go with two of them.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
So, Celtics game, third quarter. I only played 9 minutes this game, but I got subbed back in for offense, defense, rotations. And the clock is winding down for them. Drew Peterson has the ball. He tries to throw it to my man. I deflected, turnover. Kashad picks it up. I'm thinking Kashad is about to kick it out, like dribble, kick out for a three. Bro, I was right behind him when it happened, like trailing them. Like, I don't know why. I was calling for the ball for a dunk or something. Like, I was going to dunk it. But anyway, he has the ball, bro, and it looks like he took off from the free throw line. He gets it and just dunks it. Boom. And you can hear the crowd, like, screaming. And there's a picture of me, Josh, and Kashad screaming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ah! It was so nasty, bro. Like, it was something that you just had to be there for, bro. And I'm pretty sure it's somewhere trending still on the internet. But that was the first play I would say. And, bro, man's dunk against Dallas in the third quarter, too.
That was crazy.
I've seen him do a lot of crazy stuff in practice, in G League, Sioux Falls games. But, bro, that one, I'll go ahead and say that takes like top 5 best dunks I've ever seen in person. Like
That was
including
wild.
LeBron, including Vince Carter. Bro, he cocked it all the way back to his ankle.
Yeah,
Got fouled.
I've never seen him pull it that far.
I've never seen him pull it that far on someone, bro. Dunked it, touched his ankle, got fouled. Finished it however he finished it. Goes screaming into the camera. Instant 2K emote. NBA 2K emote right after he dunks. I said, yeah, he got it. For sure. Yeah. He's got it.
That guy is a human highlight reel. I try to tell everyone when we're watching games or anything, as soon as he gets like a steal or a fast break, I'm like, this is Alonda's favorite part of the game, is whenever he can just make a highlight. He loves highlights. But that was actually the one game I couldn't watch. So I saw it on Twitter, and I was just like in public, and my jaw just like dropped. And I was like, oh my gosh, he just killed a man. That was awesome.
The crazy part about it, that whole game was ugly, like from the start to the finish. And we needed a spark. We needed something to get us going again. And that was it right there. Like
if that doesn't get you going, just walk off the court, right?
Man, just walk off. Like that play got us going in the fourth. And like, man, shout out to Man, bro. For real. Because I've seen him do that, a play like that time to time, but nothing like that. That was crazy.
Yeah, he pulled it so far back, he was leaning backwards, and I was like, this is going to end in an injury. And then it did not. It ended in like a highlight that's on everyone's career tape. Even if it was Vince Carter, like you said, it was insane. Y'all had some high flyers, some guys that loved highlights. So where can everyone learn more about you or find your socials? Where can they get plugged in with Caleb Daniels?
Well, my Instagram is Caleb C. Daniels. It should pop up right away. And then Twitter is C_CD21.
Perfect. And once again, I just want to thank you again for joining me. It's a blast as always. You're one of my favorite people to talk to. We always have so much fun, and we always get to talk basketball and just reminisce on a championship now, which is incredible, right? Next is the NBA championship or the G League championship. I'll take the G League, then NBA for selfishly reasons. I want the Skyforce to win. But thank you again for joining us, and we'll close it as always with let's go Skyforce and let's go Heat.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, my guy.